Okay, here's a little bonus that I'm going to do. I get an awful lot of requests for people to explain how to work type on a path. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to modify this logo so that the text appears on an oval path. So let me just show you quickly what I did over here. I have my work layer, okay, which is basically at this point nothing more than that plate. Also notice that the plate was originally a circle, so we have a center point showing, which is really good. Then I created a new logo, which I called Type on a Path, and that's the actual layer that I'm going to be working on. And I have my type up here on the save. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in, I'm going to click on Cafe. The first thing that I want to do is I want to go to the paragraph panel and I want to change the alignment from align left to align center. Now in doing that you can see it zooms it over like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring it back into its position, which would be right about there. So now I have Cafe set center aligned instead of left aligned. That's a very important thing when you're doing this particular little exercise. Let's bring the layers panel back out and let's select the Cafe. And actually, no, actually, let me select the type on a path layer and let me go in and let me create my path. That's the first thing I guess I want to do. So I'm going to get the ellipse tool. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to find the center point. Let's see if I can find the center point. I think there's the center point right there. I'm going to click. I'm holding the mouse down, and I'm going to Shift Alt, and I'm going to drag a circle out until it touches the word cafe. Right about there. That's good. Okay, now I don't want that to be a fill. I want it to be a stroke. It doesn't matter what color it is. I want it to be a stroke so I can see what's going on. All right. So there's my path which I'm going to attach the text to. So the first thing I'm going to do next is click on the word cafe, select it, and go Edit Copy. And then I'm going to come in. I'm going to hide that layer, and I'm going to go back to the work layer. Going to come over and I'm going to get the Type on a Path tool, which is the third tool in. Type on a Path tool. Click on it, and I'm going to come out here, and right about there, there's a little, if you take a look at my little cursor there, it's an I-beam, and it's got a little center plus thing, or cross thing, and that's the area you want to connect to your line, and you're going to click, and now you have Type on a Path. And you're going to go Edit Paste. And there I've pasted my text on the path. Now I know it looks wacky, it's all upside down and everything, but we'll deal with that right now. So I'm going to come over here, I'm going to get my regular selection tool. And if you take a look at what we got here, we got these two little lines with these squares here, and then you've got this line right here in the middle. So let me explain what they are. If you're familiar with Adobe InDesign at all, you'll know that they have these little boxes for overset text. That's what these lines are. They sort of represent the starting point and end point of the area that we're going to be using on this path. And if this were overset, like for instance, if I click on this thing and drag this thing around, watch what happens when I come up to that. There, do you see it? There, do you see the overset? What's happening is there's not enough room on that path area for the text. So basically you'll get the overset. I'm going to go Control Z to undo that because that's not what I want to deal with. I just wanted you to know what that's all about. This little guy right here, this is what we're looking for. And we're going to click on that line and we're going to slowly bring it up until it hits the top. And it's a little tricky to get it where you want it to go, but I think I want it right about there. And as you see, I got guides out, so the guides are kind of helping me get it in place. I'm pretty close. I'm probably off just a little bit. So what I would do with this is, again, I'd click on this thing and I'd try to maybe, tweak it over slightly. But actually, oh boy, now I can't get that little, there it is. It's way down there. That's what I want. I want to try to move that over just a bit. See, and it's kind of giving me a bit of a problem here. I'm going to accept that at this point because it's just being so much of a problem. So anyway, I got my cafe set up. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the deli down at the bottom. To do that, I'm going to go Edit Copy, edit, paste in place. And what I've done essentially is I've pasted a copy in front of this. Now I'm going to click on that same little line right there, and I'm going to drag it inside. And as you can see, what happened is it put the cafe on the inside. Whoops, and it didn't really land where I want it, so I'm going to get it in position. Right about there is good. Yeah, that'll do for now. All right, so at any rate, I'll probably bring it over just a bit. I'm being a little fussy here, but that's better. Okay, so now that I have that like that, what I want to do is I want to play around with the, let's go to type. Let's go type on a path, options. So type on a path, options. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm taking a look at different alignments for this. Right now, the text is set to align on the baseline. So that means that the text appears on the inside of the line, not where I want it. I want it to be on the outside of the line. So let's go in here and let's see what else we have. We got center, and that's what it looks like. Oh, hit preview. That's what it looks like with center. Not quite what I want. Let's come down and we'll go to baseline. Again, that's baseline. Let's go to ascender, and then there's descender. So you can see that the ascender is probably the closest one. And then I think we can play with the spacing as well. I can go, let's try -5. Now that's actually spacing it out. I'm sorry, I don't want that. Let's go back and bring it into 0. Okay, and hit OK, because I want a sender. Hit OK. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the type panel, come over here, and I have baseline shift. So what I want to actually have happen is I want to have this come up, and I want to have it touch that line so that it balances with this. So I'm going to come here, and I'm going to go negative, positive, I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'd say probably 4 will do it. And so I've actually baseline shift this positively, moving it up. And now I'm going to select it, and I'm going to change it to deli. There we go. And Cafe Deli. And if I'm not mistaken, I think this was actually a little bit smaller. So let's come in and let's make it 27, 26, 25, 24. Let's make it about 24. And there we go. That's all there is to it. And let's come back to my layer and bring everything back into show. There is everything. Let's go to the cafe that's behind that deli, and let's go Object Hide Selection. And let's go to the View menu, Guides, Hide Guides. There you have it. That's it. Type on a path, Cafe Deli. Give it a try. It's not too difficult to do. I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.